COVID-19 is spreading fast across the world, paralyzing not only the healthcare system of many countries, but the whole economy at a global scale. Many experts predict that there will be an economic crisis at the end of this healthcare crisis, bringing down many big industries. According to a recent Pew Research Center report, almost 93% of world population now lives in a country where there are travel barriers across the borders. This makes travel, tourism, airline industries are going to be in the front line of the industries which are going to get negatively affected by this coronavirus pandemic. Next in line is the automobile industry. When national economies go into a crisis, governments are going to import barriers on luxury vehicles. This will create a decline of imports of automobiles from those lower to middle income countries in Asia and in Africa. Of course, when the automobile industry gets affected by this situation, oil and energy industry is going to suffer as well, making them another victim of this coronavirus pandemic. For many decades, we lived in a culture of consumerism where we manufactured many luxury goods which are not essential items for us to consume. Meaning, non-essential luxury items market is going to get affected when people start cutting back on expenses on such luxury items because they will have to be careful about where to spend their income because the income of people are going to get affected in this overall economic crisis as well. Construction and real estate industry going to get affected for two reasons. One, there will be fewer investments in large-scale construction projects. Two, the raw materials in the construction industry will go up, making it unaffordable for individuals to start new building construction projects. Now let's see who is going to get away as the winners of this crisis. Banking and finance going to get a temporary hit as the investments are going to go lower in the short run. But they will recover fast sooner the recovery phase of the recession starts. While traditional banks going to struggle in this early stage of the recession, Fintech companies and mobile payment companies are going to thrive in the short run. There will be a huge boom in the peer-to-peer lending through fintech solution, skipping the traditional banks as the middleman. Agriculture is going to be a winner in this crisis, especially the sustainable forms of farming. There will be a huge emphasis on the small-scale organic farming, paving the way for increased demand for agricultural raw material and equipment. As sustainable agriculture grows in popularity, sustainable food processing and waste management will emerge as a new thriving industry. We will start looking critically about the food produce wastage across the world, and this will emerge as an industry of its own, not only as a support service for agriculture industry. Medical supplies and services, personal care and healthcare are some of the other industries who are going to get benefited of this crisis. Finally, information communications technology or ICT is going to be the biggest winner of this COVID-19 pandemic. As the business travel industry is going to suffer, teleconferencing and online collaboration tools are going to thrive during this crisis and they will be the biggest winners. E-commerce and support services are going to get benefited as people are going to get used to buying stuff online which they were forced to do while they were locked down at their homes. So what do you think about my observations about the situation? Or do you have different opinions? Or do you have anything to add to the winners or the losers list? Leave a comment if you have anything to say about my list or anything to add to my list. So let's start a conversation about this whole thing. Cheers. Have a nice day.